Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about different ways of knowing, different ways to attain knowledge. And I'm going to be talking about this in light of fake news that we have out there. One side telling the other side that this is a conspiracy or propaganda. And also just the political stuff that's going on, how some narratives are censored in social media and by mainstream news. So in light of all this, I just want to talk about 3 ways of knowing according to the Greeks. That's what I'll start with. So the Greek philosophers talked about 3 ways of knowing. One way of knowing is doxa, and doxa is like knowing because somebody told you or you heard about it on the news. It could essentially be thought of as hearsay, but that doesn't mean that you should discredit this way of knowing. It's very important to know through all channels, and it's good to have a nice social network to keep you informed. The next way of knowledge according to the Greeks is episteme, and episteme is knowledge through your rationality, and this is reasoning, and you can know through your cognitive abilities of episteme. The third way of knowledge, according to the Greek philosophers, was gnosis, and gnosis is knowing through personal experience. The problem with knowing through your thoughts, according to the Greek philosophers, is your thoughts are an intermediary between you and reality. Whereas when you know through gnosis, there is no separation between you and reality. An example I like to give is like knowing about your foot through your thoughts. Like, I wear a size 6 shoe and I have bones in my feet, and I stand on my feet, versus knowing about my foot through gnosis, where I bring my awareness to my foot and I become aware of how it touches the ground and the boundary between my foot and the ground. And I become aware of my foot through pointing and flexing my toe and rolling my ankle and then relaxing my foot. This is like the difference between like episteme and gnosis. Doxa would be more like something like someone telling me like, oh, your foot is nice, or something like that, or your feet smell. So that would be more like knowing about my foot through doxa, or in a less personal way, it could be something like, feet do better in these kind of shoes. When I see this like on the media or something like that. Ancient or Persian philosophers, I'm not going to say like the ancient ones, but the Islamic Persian philosophers came up with their own theories on knowledge. And according to the Persians, there's actually 5 ways to knowledge. And these 5 ways to knowledge are senses, intellect, intuition, mukashafa, and revelation. And they also thought, like the Greeks, that knowing through your thoughts was an intermediary between you and reality. However, they had these other ways of knowing, and like intuition and mukashafa, which is a spiritual unveiling of an inner secret, can only happen when a person is in a grounded state. This is actually similar to the Greeks' version of gnosis, because you can't really know through personal experience if you're emotionally dysregulated or stuck in your thoughts. You will be disconnected. You'll have that intermediary between you and reality. Another thing about like an example to demonstrate the difference between these 2 ways of knowing is is that walking person experiment, where if you see a person walking down the road, and you imagine that if you see a person walking down the road and you say hi to them and they do not say hi back to you, like, what do you think and feel? So, a hypothetical person might think that everybody's rude and be angry, and another hypothetical person might think that nobody likes me and they're sad, and another hypothetical person might think something must have happened to this person and they're concerned. But the point is that the reality is the same in each of these hypothetical situations. It's just that the way of knowing about it has diversity, because it's knowing through thoughts, and these thoughts are an intermediary between the hypothetical person and the hypothetical situation here. Alternatively, in this scenario, a person can know through gnosis, or what would be termed as intuition by the Persian philosophers. And how to know through intuition or gnosis was to be grounded in your environment. And I guess this is also commonly known today as mindfulness, or what people in the Islamic world would describe as heartfulness. And so what this is like, being grounded and just noticing and being like, oh, that's interesting. I noticed a thought that this person didn't respond to me, and having some cognitive diffusion for the thought, so you're not like tunnel visioned on it, and having some diffusion from the feeling, if you're sad, angry, or concerned, just like, oh, I noticed that somebody's walking by, and just noticing, the next thought as it comes, and knowing that that thought and feeling is temporary, but who you are as an individual is permanent, and making that distinction. In summary, there's multiple ways of knowing, and it's important to tap into these multiple ways of knowing to get the full picture, and not just relying on what you see in social media or what you hear, or not just relying on your thoughts, which could be biased by the mood you're in. So yeah, grounding is very important, and being aware of what's going on inside you and around you in your environment, to tap into these more subtle forms of knowledge is not something that can be understated. I hope you found this video to be useful, and I wish you the best for the rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.